Hey everyone, this is Chuck here. In this video here, we're going to talk a second about product and service differentiation and competitive priorities here. May do a little bit of reading right off the piece of paper here because there's a bunch of stuff tucked in here, but wanted to just kind of step back on this one for a second. I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I had it over on the left here about we're in the section here of understanding the business environment and develop corporate strategy. So, the idea of product and service differentiation, competitive priorities, such as availability, cost, quality, delivery, flexibility, et cetera. The idea here is we're trying to understand how our competitors operate as well as for ourselves, where we can differentiate ourselves from our competitors. And that helps us understand the environment that we exist in much better. So here's the definition of product differentiation. It says it's a strategy of making a product distinct from the competition on a non-price basis, such as availability, durability, quality, or reliability. The dictionary I would mention also doesn't define competitive priorities, but the elements above that we talked about kind of speak to the basis of what you're competing on. So, if you think about differentiation, it's important that we as manufacturers separate ourselves from others by being able to change something more than the value or for the value of our differentiation. Otherwise, we get caught in this downward spiral of a price war. And impact wise, on the surface, it's being able to stand out separately from our competitors and as well be able to maintain profit margins successfully. So the impact can also be simplicity versus complexity, whether it's manufacturing, sourcing, et cetera, across the whole supply chain. So, the section itself, the main section that we're studying for on the exam, is about understanding the environment and developing a strategy. A strategy, I don't know if I mentioned it in another earlier video, but I like the work of A.G. Lafley, where he says strategies: where are you going to play? How are you going to win? What's your plan to get there? And so if we can figure out how our competitors operate, make ourselves different from them, then we're able to stand out differently from our customers and occupy our own space and be able to compete more effectively without having to bump up and compete on price. So that idea of looking at differentiating or making our product or service different from the competitors totally makes sense as a priority for you and I, so we can build a business that doesn't have as many headwinds. So it seems to make sense that we should be tackling something like that.